Today, we are going to talk about these 4 seasonal weapons. So without further ado, let's jump into it. These 4 seasonal weapons are only available during every Springfest update. You can obtain these weapons by interacting with the Naughty Kids in the dungeon during the Springfest update. Naughty Kids have 3 appearance sprites, a girl in buns, a kid in glasses, and a kid holding candied hawberries. These 4 weapons don't appear in the cellar, but will appear in your forge table once you collected them 8 times, just like other weapons. But they will disappear in your forge table after the Springfest is over. But the nice part to it is it will auto-appear in your forge table on the next Springfest update, so you won't need to collect them again 8 times. The seasonal weapons are composed by 4 weapons, 2 miscellaneous melee weapons, and 2 throwable explosive type. Candied hawberries is a short melee weapon with high crit chance, and it is the only weapon which can apply slow without applying poison. Recommended buffs are longer melee range and bullet deflection. Next is firecrackers. It is a melee weapon which spread firecrackers per attack that can cause burn damage to enemies. Recommended buffs are shotgun buff, fire buff, and elemental buff. Now we have the rocket fireworks. It can deal heavy damage just like other rockets and is spammable just like other throwables, and together with shotgun buff, the damage would be tripled. Recommended buffs are shotgun buff, reload buff, fire buff, and elemental buff. And lastly, the channeling monkey. It is just like the rocket fireworks but is smaller explosion radius, and smaller damage. Recommended buffs are same as well. And before we go to the gameplay, I will show you a useful technique when using a melee and a throwable weapon. This is the 1-2 boom technique. You just need to use 2 melee times, then quickly switch to the throwable, then switch again. Master this simple technique and you will be a monster assassin in the badass mode. So now, I will show you how it's done in actual game.
Who alive can't put me in a box. I redefine any definition you got. I am the tiger, I'm making steps to the top. The flames, I rip it up, you just gotta hand me the rock. Take a seat, you cannot stand it. All I know, the flow harder than a scotch bunny. Don't try study me, you cannot manage. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon. This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.
Yeah, you better listen. I'm bringing heat, you'll be a fan when I start rapping. Way I'll have your fucking head spinning. I'm known as spit vicious, release bombs and go tick tick. Boom, you blow me that head missing. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. 8 different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving like it's Ramadan. Sick, twisted, gifted, can't copy, printed, can't hold me down. I shape shift, I'm liquid. I killed this beat, I might get convicted. They know how I move, it was predicted. Persistent, spoken into existence, so consistent, no assistance. Hear me once, become addicted. If I rap it
I'm a fucking phenomenon.